What's poppin', people? It's Dante, currently walking through the Jefferson Station here in Philadelphia. Yeah, I'm just wandering today. It's a bit rainy, so I stepped inside. And yeah, today's fun thought is just about walking and exploration, and why I believe that walking is just the greatest joy in life. And so walking is the greatest joy in life because when you're moving your body and your hormones are firing and your muscles are contracting, you quite literally give yourself this sensation of bliss and this feel-good hormone of testosterone firing or dopamine rising through the act of your muscles moving. And I think, you know, pleasure and pursuing pleasure, you know, it's not necessarily a bad thing if it's something as simple as just walking. It's not like walking ever hurt anyone. You know, it's like you can derive all of your pleasure from your feet and your legs and just the movement of your body. And so yeah, I've been wearing the don't run. Yeah, I've been wearing the Barefoot shoes for 2.5 years now, I think, around and about. And it's completely transformed how I think about walking, right? Because now when I'm walking, I can feel all the sensations from below my feet. You know, it's a bit wet today. I can kind of feel that. I can feel the concrete. When I walk on the grass, I can feel the sensation of the grass more clearly. If I walk on a gravel path, I can feel the uneven surfaces of the rocks and all the different things that I'm stepping upon. And I don't know, there's something about the novelty of walking and the sensation of the feet touching certain surfaces that unlock new neural pathways in the brain. And so I think there's something to be said about walking barefoot, novelty, neuroplasticity, and how these different sort of like physiological phenomenons can provide you with more joy in life. But then when it's, you know, combined with the act of making a photograph, so now we have the camera, pull it out of the pocket, and you give yourself this ability to then create something while you're walking, well, then you provide your life with meaning. And so meaning is found through curiosity. And so I find that meaning, it's something that derives through your inner child, through your intuition, through your heart. And I know I'm using a lot of different words to describe this idea, but I think it's important to highlight these different sort of ideas that I find meaning through, because meaning isn't something that the world's going to give you, but it's something that you cultivate through your inner child. It's something that you cultivate through your inner curiosity. And when you recognize that photography can be that vehicle for you to provide life meaning through that inner child and that curiosity, then life becomes so fruitful and beautiful, no matter where you are, no matter what you're doing, no matter if you're alone. You know, for instance, like I've basically been marching in solitude for the past 3 to 4 or 5 years. You know, now I'm just working on my new process in black and white, and yeah, I'm like 3 years into it or whatever, and it's just so much fun every day. You know, like despite how mundane it may seem, and you know how monotonous the routine may be of just walking by yourself all the time, it's so meaningful. And I think when you give yourself the permission to find meaning in what you're doing for the sake of doing it without the need for external validation, I think then is the only way that you can truly thrive. And then as an artist, cultivate your true and authentic voice. And so this is where I'm finding joy in my life, is through walking, exploring, and just kind of wandering around like a flâneur, where I'm just kind of going slow, observing life, and just letting it all flow towards me. And then I'm just there, and I'm prepared with my camera. I'm ready to press the shutter. I'm ready to make an image, whatever comes my way. And then, yeah, I just kind of move on, you know? Like it seems like today is a big protest day, a lot of people coming into the city for a protest or something, but it's like, I don't know, I'm just wandering around the underground and staying dry and then popping out, you know, eliminating all the noise and all the distractions in life is also, I believe, a really critical thing. Check out the photo I just made of that hand. That was kind of interesting considering the reflection and the different ways that the reflection and light kind of work there. It's kind of cool. Yeah, and so you just kind of like intuitively throw the camera around at whatever piques your inner curiosity, right? Your inner child. And yeah, not taking it too seriously, not thinking too much with the rational mind, but kind of just allowing that subconscious kind of guide you to press the shutter in a way. Yeah, once again, like it's kind of a gloomy day. I don't got the sun out. You know, that's one of the problems with the lack of sunlight. Yeah, it's not as it's just not as good, but like I don't feel as much like genuine joy when there's a lack of sun. Like there's definitely a correlation between sunlight and joy, but I still figured sharing some of these ideas can maybe open you up to a new way of thinking about why you walk or why you photograph, because yeah, for me it provides me with joy and meaning. And I think that when you think about it on a physiological level with how it's affecting your brain and your body, you can sort of uncover the underlying source of that feeling of joy that, I don't know, I personally chase. You know, there's nothing more interesting, or there's nothing more powerful than that feeling of dopamine when you make an image of something and it, you know, scratches your curiosity. Like for instance, making a photo of that hand, it's like there's kind of like the rush involved of like, oh no, you know, is he gonna notice me? And like you go up to the glass and his hand is sort of in the window, and you know there's a big crowd kind of watching and looking back at you, and then you know, you make the picture and you move on and you look at the image, and maybe it's good, maybe it's not, it doesn't really matter, but there's still like this rush that you feel and this like spike of dopamine that's very natural through walking and photographing that I think that we replace in the modern world with media consumption, hedonism, drugs, alcohol, TV, news, going to protests, you know, keeping up with the Joneses, like whatever it is, like I don't know. And so yeah, having something like photography, right, or just having anything that scratches that inner child within you is the ultimate superpower in life. And that's what I'm starting to think more about, is the inner child, because if you can allow your inner child to come out and to play, it's almost like nothing gets in your way and nothing can break your love for life. And so this is something I'm really passionate about right now, is this idea of cultivating the inner child and allowing your inner child to express itself, to just let itself out authentically, right? With the way that you walk, the way that you speak, the way that you dress. Like for instance, like look at how I'm dressed right now. I'm dressed. This is what I chose to wear today. I feel comfortable. I feel like myself wearing this, right? I have like this blazer, all black shirt, blazer, and then the barefoot shoes. And then when you're, you know, feeling comfortable and you're feeling confident and curious and childlike and joyous, then everything is kind of just fun. And I don't know, I think you're supposed to not take life so seriously. I mean, in order to find more meaning in life, maybe you have to let go of the idea of finding more meaning in life and stop taking that so seriously and just kind of be a kid. I'll be the most literal kid possible. I'll take my shoes off and run around. So yeah, these are kind of some scattered thoughts today, but I think that's kind of the joy of making these videos, is that some days I might be more precise with my ideas, some days I'm just ranting, some days I'm having like Lots of ideas come to me, some days not so many. And I think that's the beauty of just streaming your thoughts and letting go. What a freaking, oh man, look at that. Like every time I look at this, welcome to the New Athens. Philadelphia is the New Athens. Philadelphia is the New Athens. I'm gonna pull up to the symposium with my feet out like Socrates. I'm gonna go orange pill the protesters and tell them to buy Bitcoin. It's like the obvious solution. Like, yo, you guys can all go home and chill. Just download Coinbase. It's like really simple.